Hey guys, I'm going to talk about this shot or this type of shot. I remember making this video, but I couldn't find it on YouTube, so maybe I never published it or maybe I never even saved it to my computer. This is just a long, straight shot. That's what these donut holes are perfectly straight in. Perfectly straight in. I could also put the cue ball, I have a little dot drawn right here at the intersection of these diamonds. That would also be perfectly straight in. But I wanted it to be a little bit further back because I've been working on my accuracy at speed, especially if I'm trying to draw the ball. I tend to put English on when I shoot harder. And just working on that. I don't try to correct it. I just try to get my inner pool player, more used to it. There's some things about a shot like this that are kind of interesting. I'm just going to just basically shoot a stop shot for now, or attempt to anyway. And watch what happens with both the object ball and the cue ball and see if I can catch what happens. Yeah, that the cue ball went a little bit this way, just a little bit, but it didn't have any spin on it. So in that case, I probably cut the object ball a little bit to my left. Not enough to make it miss the pocket, but probably cut it just a little bit. The same thing. And the same thing happened in that case. That's not always what happens. What I'm watching for is when I miss, what's going on. Eventually, I will miss. If you haven't ever seen any of my videos before, I promise you, I will miss. I'm gonna try to draw the ball. That almost guaranteed I'm gonna try to draw the ball. So I have to shoot a little bit harder and still be accurate. Okay, so the 13 hit the short rim, the point kind of on the short rim. And the cue ball came back a little bit this way. The cue ball was also spinning when I hit it. When it started to come back, it was spinning. So what that is telling me, I got cat hair on my cue ball. How'd that happen? How'd that happen, kitty? Yeah, she's pretending to be asleep. I actually just cleaned these balls a little while ago. Anyway, what happened on that shot? It wasn't that I accidentally cut the ball. It was that I accidentally put English on it because the cue ball was spinning. So it might have looked like I actually cut the ball to my right a little bit. I actually had a little bit of right English on the cue ball, which made the cue ball squirt that way, which then cut the 13 to the right. My alignment may have been perfectly correct, but my execution of hitting the cue ball accurately at 6 o'clock where I was trying was the problem with that shot. That was a very much more dramatic example, and I wish I could say I did that on purpose, but I didn't. I'm messing with this kind of shot a lot, the long straight in shots. Usually I do them the other way because I'm watching TV while I'm doing them. Same thing again. You can see the cue ball is spinning like I put right English on it. And the reason it's spinning like I put right English on it is because I put right English on it and I don't want to. I know I just got done saying a little while ago, I don't like to try to correct stuff. I'm trying to just teach my inner pool player something. But because my eyes act differently, see things differently, this is a situation where sometimes I will try to make an actual conscious correction. And in this case, instead of aiming at 6 o'clock on the cue ball, I'm going to aim just a little bit this side of 6 o'clock. So 6:15 or something, just a little bit, because my eyes are not seeing 6 o'clock correctly. So I'm going to aim this at about 6:15. Try to get my alignment correct. And that ball still had right English on it, but I hit it very close to 6 because it drew back straight. I used to practice this with this up here on this dot, like I talked about. This is like right at my comfort zone for this type of shot, this long straight in shot. I like to be outside of my comfort zone when I'm trying to improve something, and I am trying to improve something right here. If I get to where I, have this shot mastered and mastered with draw especially, then if my opponent leaves me this, or I leave myself this, it's a relative duck. It's a relatively easy shot. I can imagine if I ever mastered this, which probably isn't going to happen, moving it back a little bit further, moving this a little bit further. There's a lot of things I can do with this, just a long straight shot. The main thing I'm using it for is so I can tell exactly what the hell happened. Why did I miss? If I missed, why did I do that? That ball was not spinning. I cut that ball. I cut that ball to the left. So something about my alignment was wrong. Something about my stroke was wrong. Both things were wrong. So I don't know. I like feeling like I'm improving at something. And to feel like I'm improving at something, I think I like to keep it simple. Keep it as simple as I can. Instead of like if I decided I was going to bank the 3 right now and I missed it. Okay, why did I miss? There could be a million reasons I missed the 3. But with a simple shot like this, I can kind of simple on paper. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of tell what is the problem. What might I need to work on? I know I need to work on hitting the cue ball right at 6 o'clock if that's what I want to do. I've known this for years, and eventually I'll get LASIK in this eye, and then I'll have a completely different problem probably. That's why I've liked doing this recently. I felt like I hit that ball pretty perfectly. The only way it could have been better is if I drawn straight back in the pocket. But that's not normal for me. If I felt like I hit this ball perfectly often enough, like I said, maybe I'd move it back to here. Maybe I'd move this ball up here. It's now halfway between this donut hole and this donut hole. And it's not quite straight in between those two donut holes. But now it is. So I could practice this. I could put another donut hole right there. And look at this. This is absolutely a shot that I would be scared to shoot in competition. Even a stop shot at this kind of a distance. This is the distance where I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before. My left eye can't see at that distance, and my right eye can't quite see at that distance. So there's that. Then plus there's the fact that right now my left eye can see the cue ball just fine. My right eye can't. And neither one of them can really see the 14. It's a big pain in the ass. I'm still glad I got the LASIK. But see, that cue ball was spinning to the right. So I had right English on the shot, which is what I tend to do. I'm going to put this on this dot right here instead of, because I know that's a straight line. I had right English on the shot. I know that I do that when I shoot hard. Unless you want to try to shoot hard with draw or stop shot action like I had on that guy. I guess I just keep thinking, well, eventually my inner pool player will figure that shit out. It hasn't happened yet. I think I just cut that ball wrong. That ball hit this side of the pocket. I think I just cut it because the cue ball didn't look like it was spinning very much to me. And not saying the cue ball didn't look like it was spinning. I mean, with left or right English, clockwise or counterclockwise. Of course, it was spinning backwards a little bit. You know, it's fun for me to work on stuff, and when I have some success, then I feel like, well, I had some improvement there for a second, so it's not a completely lost cause. It was bad. I forgot to look at the cue ball that time. I have a feeling remember, I'm guessing where the object ball is. I see a big, in this case, red, fuzzy dandelion seed, dandelion down there. And I can hit the cue ball pretty well, but out of the wrong damn eye. So yeah, it's a same thing. I'm going to make it to next time, and then I'll stop this video mercifully. This is probably too much for me to be working on. I think it's pretty clearly too much for me to be working on. I should be putting the object ball back here, where I can still kind of see it. You know why? I'm kind of in the same line here. It looks like it to me anyway. I like making videos where I can't make a ball. But this is a tough shot, and if you don't think it's a tough shot, you're probably out winning tournaments and shit and not watching a YouTube video at some guy in his basement. Probably not. Hey, I finally made it. Yay. Yay. I don't know where our remote is. I usually come up here and try to summarize shit. It's just a practice shot that is outside of my comfort zone, but still simple enough on paper where I can kind of see what happened. Like even the shot I just made, the cue ball was spinning because I accidentally had right English on it. It just happened to still go in the pocket. But I didn't hit that ball at 6 o'clock, that cue ball at 6 o'clock like I wanted. And as I said, I know that's something I have to work on. But now I've just proved to myself, I still have to work on it. I haven't figured it out yet. My inner pool player hasn't adjusted yet. And maybe neither one of those things will ever happen. But I like to have a good understanding of my own limitations and abilities and all that. That's one of my limitations, is those longer shots, especially those harder shots, especially with draw, especially. I have a lot of problems, but most people have a lot of problems. Like I said, if you don't have any problems, you're probably not watching my dumbass video. Bye, guys.